Most of the world lives in a state of scarcity, whether it's in their finances, opportunities, dating life, or other aspirations. Yet the profound truth is that abundance isn't just your birthright. It's what naturally occurs when you align with the consciousness of infinite intelligence. Unfortunately, until we truly grasp the spiritual definition of abundance, we struggle to manifest it. Why wouldn't anyone want abundance in their life? It's crucial to understand the metaphysics of abundance because only then can you genuinely experience it physically. Before anything manifests in the physical realm, it must first exist vibrationally. As above, so below, as within, so without. Until you can align yourself on the highest levels of existence from a place of abundance, it won't be able to touch your career, dating life, finances, business, or any other desire. As is always said, spirituality without the ability to alter or control your reality is vanity. Let's dive in. Many people associate abundance exclusively with finances. However, abundance isn't limited to money unless you make it so. The moment you internally limit or restrict something, you begin to restrict it externally. There are no truths in reality other than what your subconscious mind accepts as true. If you only perceive abundance on one level, you prevent its flow into other areas of your life where it could manifest. For most, abundance simply means having a lot of money. But that's not the complete picture. The true definition of abundance, the one that unlocks everything, is having more than enough. Anything you have more than enough of, whether it's money, opportunities, potential clients, or dating partners, is abundance. Until this core idea of having more than enough truly marinates in your mind, you'll remain aligned with scarcity. You can't sit in both chairs at once. As the saying goes, the man that chases two rabbits catches neither. You're either aligned with abundance or with some degree of scarcity. Consider what more than enough means to you personally. For some, it's a specific large sum. For others, it's a different figure. This highlights that abundance isn't objectively defined. Generally speaking, it's about having excess or surplus. Whatever you desire abundance in, you need to harmonize that desire with the feeling and belief of having more than enough. The challenge is that many of us are conditioned to believe the opposite. We grow up with the perpetual idea of, "I don't have enough," which infects almost every aspect of our minds. When we look at a goal, it implies separation from it. As long as you're separated from it internally, you'll be separated externally. Instead, you need to look from your goal. Your viewpoint on reality determines what you can see. If you're looking from your goal, it means you're already in that reality. This is part of the perception-projection loop. Your perception is directly interconnected to how you see things, and our world often trains us to believe we don't have enough, whether it's finances, opportunities, or anything else. This central, often unconscious idea of not having enough negatively corrupts our minds. Abundance and scarcity are two polarities of each other. Polarity is simply a fancy way of saying separation, which exists exclusively within this third-dimensional realm. In this dimension, everything comes in energetic pairs of opposites: masculine, feminine, yin-yang, scarcity, abundance, rich, poor, negative, positive. However, outside of this third-dimensional illusory realm, everything is oneness. This is why quantum mechanics speaks of quantum entanglement. When two particles are connected, no matter how far apart they become, what you do to one instantly affects the other, because you're no longer confined by space-time constraints. Outside our reality, everything is a degree of oneness. Within our reality, it's vital to understand that despite being experienced as different, abundance and scarcity are one and the same energy, differing only in their rate of vibration. Think of steam and ice. They're the same energy, just different vibrational rates. Alter the vibration of steam and it becomes ice. Alter ice, it becomes steam. So if you're experiencing scarcity, a lower vibration, and want to move to abundance, a higher vibration, The only thing you need to change is your rate of vibration. The million-dollar question then becomes, how do you change your rate of vibration? Your rate of vibration is simply determined by your concentration and focus. What you might not realize is that your concentration and focus are a heavenly currency. The issue is, we often spend this currency instead of investing it. Most of us, especially if we grew up in conditions of scarcity, unconsciously focus on it. Your mind might not be directly saying scarcity, 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 but if your concentration and focus determine your rate of vibration, that vibration gains momentum and becomes a frequency. Frequency is simply immaterialized reality, and reality is materialized frequency. Your frequency is interchangeable with your state of consciousness, your self-concept, and your identity. It's all the same thing. Don't get bogged down in different terminologies or schools of thought. Keep your mind free and multidimensional. Vibration gains momentum, becomes frequency, and frequency becomes reality. The starting point is your concentration and focus. You are either concentrating or focusing on aspects of your life that imply scarcity, resonate with scarcity, or reflect scarcity. This is the fundamental mistake. Let's delve into the spiritual science of scarcity. You must understand what scarcity is from a point of frequency, because once you understand it energetically and vibrationally, you gain the power to undo its effects in your life. Abundance has often been presented as a privilege, but it is truly your birthright as a materialization of universal consciousness. How can the Creator be infinite, and that Creator also dwell within you, the temple? As scriptures say, you are God's. When you are the materialization of God, an aspect of God is within you, what Gnostics call the divine spark. The infinite is within you, like a water bottle containing a portion of the ocean. Its properties align with the greater ocean. We are droplets from the ocean of universal consciousness. This means that if the Creator is infinite, and infinite abundance is synonymous, then abundance is truly your natural state. You've simply been conditioned out of it. Therefore, there's actually more to unlearn than there is to learn on your journey to abundance. This profound spiritual principle, often found in ancient wisdom traditions, is succinctly articulated in Matthew 13:12. For to him who has, more will be given, and he will have abundance. But from him who does not have, even what he has will be taken away. Initially, this scripture can be perplexing. It seems to suggest that the rich get richer and the poor get poorer, which can be frustrating to witness. However, the esoteric understanding reveals a crucial metaphysical truth. Until you can shift to already having your desired reality internally, you won't be in the alignment to materialize it physically. There are two chairs you can sit in: abundance or scarcity, having or not having. You can only truly have what you already have. This means, for the opportunities you desire, you must already have them. For the person you wish to materialize, you need to already have them. For that specific monthly income, you need to already have it. For that career promotion, you need to already have it. If you don't have it internally, even when it seems within your grasp, it will be taken away. This isn't a joke. Understanding the magnified concept of scarcity and abundance across all aspects of life is paramount. Let's explore the spiritual science of scarcity. From a mental perspective, scarcity boils down to not having enough of whatever your desire is: opportunities, money, etc. How often do you think thoughts that imply, resonate with, or reflect not having enough? I don't have enough money. How am I going to pay for this? How will I get that job? These thoughts emanate a frequency of not having enough. And if you don't have it vibrationally, you cannot have it physically, because you can only have what you already have. This principle extends beyond money. Abundance is a way of thinking, a concept. Train yourself to see abundance everywhere. An abundance of people in town, an abundance of cars on the motorway, an abundance of books on my shelf. By training yourself to think abundantly, you train yourself to see reality through an abundant lens. The more you see abundance in life, the more life will reflect you as an abundant individual. This is the first step to attaining any degree of abundance. You must see reality as already abundant. If you don't believe there's enough for you, you won't even prepare to receive it. Preparation is vibrational anticipation. You'll walk around with closed hands, unable to receive what you desire because you don't believe you already have it or that there's enough. Scarcity is simply the mental state of not having enough. However, thoughts alone are not enough. While many spiritual teachings emphasize thoughts, your heart is more powerful than your brain. The heart generates an electromagnetic field 60 to 100 times stronger than the brain's. They must be combined. The language of the subconscious mind isn't just repetition, it's emotion. One emotionally intense experience can completely alter your consciousness. This is why emotionally charged visualization is so powerful for manifestation. The emotions that indicate scarcity are worry, fret, fear, and stress. When the concept of not having enough combines with these emotions, it emits a frequency that aligns with a reality of scarcity. For finances, this might be worrying about bills or money. For career, it could be stressing about a promotion when you believe there's only one position. All these emotions ultimately boil down to insecurity. This insecurity misaligns you from the consciousness of universal intelligence. Esoterically, hell is often defined not as a physical place, but as misalignment from the consciousness of universal intelligence. When you're misaligned and believe, "I don't have enough," you fall for the illusion of the physical plane, giving it more importance than it holds. This leads to experiences of struggle and difficulty. Consider the cause and effect relationship. Effect equals reality. Reality is merely an effect. Trying to change an effect by only addressing the effect itself is futile. Cause equals your mind or frequency. This includes your beliefs, emotionally charged thoughts, attention or focus, expectations, convictions, and general moods or attitudes. If your cause is scarcity, a scarcity mindset coupled with emotions of worry, fear, and insecurity, your effect will also be scarcity. You cannot operate in a mode of scarcity and expect to physically create abundance. This explains why many work tirelessly without seeing change. They are attempting to outrun their state of consciousness or self-concept. As Einstein said, "You can't solve a problem with the same state of consciousness you entered it. You must alter your state of consciousness." So, you need to analyze, have I been scarce in what I'm trying to attain? How can you experience physical abundance if you're experiencing mental scarcity? Reflect on what you've been focusing on. Do your thoughts imply, reflect, or resonate with not having enough? What emotions have you been experiencing? If they reflect insecurity, that insecurity will misalign you from universal consciousness, leading to separation. This is the metaphysics of scarcity. To enter the frequency of abundance is simple. Mental state. Continuously inject the thought, "I have more than enough." This thought should reflect, imply, and resonate with the concept of having more than enough. For example, if it's money, "I have more money than I can spend." Extrapolate this to your specific desire. Partners, career opportunities, sales, clients. It's the idea of having more than enough. Emotional state. Combine this mental state with the emotions of security and satisfaction, or even oversatisfaction. When anyone is truly in a state of abundance, they feel secure and satisfied. The common mistake is thinking that when you attain the money, the partner, or the promotion, then you will feel abundant. This is backward. You need to feel abundant now to unlock those things. What you deem to be the destination is actually the prerequisite. The fuel that drives you to your desired reality is ironically how you think you'll feel upon attaining it. You cannot wait for the world to prove you abundant before you prove to the world that you are abundant. Until you can look at the scarcity you're experiencing and perceive it as abundance, you won't possess the ability to transmute it. You need to stand in a reality of scarcity with the mentality of abundance. The only way to do this is by intentionally making yourself feel secure and satisfied. You might think the world makes you feel a certain way, and you react to it, but the world reacts to you. Your feelings are what the world magnifies. You can consciously choose to feel secure, calm, and peaceful. Don't let your mind overcomplicate it. Simplicity is the ultimate form of sophistication. It's a simple decision to feel secure, calm, and peaceful. If you feel these things, it indicates you are abundant. If you want the world to recognize you as abundant and experience abundance, you must first embody the state you would be in after attaining that abundance. By transcending time and understanding that you already have whatever your desired reality is, and by giving yourself an emotionally intense experience of security, satisfaction, calm, peace, and relaxation, you indicate to your mind that you are in abundance. Combine this with the mental state of "I have more than enough" and thoughts that reflect, imply, and resonate with abundance, and that is the metaphysics of manifesting.